Hey everyone, this is Nitro. Welcome to a slightly late edition of Nitro's setup. So I wasn't really able to get on yesterday, so I didn't really have time to make this video. So, sorry, it's coming out on Tuesday rather than Monday. In any case, let's begin. So, since last week there was one really big change in terms of my party, and that is Cherie, specifically Cherie's equipment. So I finally upgraded an equipment set for Cherie. I gave up on waiting for Ragnarok and instead upgraded a Devil's Axe to level 50. It did cost me 3 Epic Martial Spirits, which in some ways was a waste, but I did it anyways. And similarly, I used 1 more Epic Martial Spirit to upgrade a Lone Star Amulet to level 50. Now, you know that I've been saying how Lone Star Amulet is in general a terrible SSR accessory for melee attackers because it's terrible for the hardest fights in the game, and the hardest fights are the dragons and Eternal Temple. However, given that I have so many other SSR attack accessories already, like the Winged Shin Guard, let's say, the Overlord Badge, you know, King's Amulet on my tank, I can actually afford to level up a Lone Star Amulet. Of course, the other reason I leveled it up was because I already picked up 3 Lone Star Amulets. So I already had a level 40 Lone Star Amulet that way. So using 1 Epic Martial Spirit to bring it up to level 50 was worthwhile. As for why I did this upgrade, well, let's take a look at this video. Luna needs to reactivate Wind Spiral and Faction Buff. Oh. Okay, never mind. Gale activated, so I can attack after all. So here we go. In they go. Luna to start. Oh. Luna actually could not kill off target. Uh-oh. Neither of them could kill off a target. Oh, man. Wow. Well, so much for this. Wow. So the bare minimum to clear this is that both Luna and Cherie needs enough damage to kill off targets. And I'm just the tiniest bit off. Ridiculously so. 1 survival 43 hit points, 1 survival 371. Yeah, so basically, in order for me to clear that Time Rift Elite map, I had to upgrade Cherie's equipment. She was unable to one-shot targets, which made me unable to kill those catapults. With the upgrade of equipment, you know, the Lone Star Amulet level 50 and a Double Axe level 50, she was able to one-shot them just fine. You can see that if you want to look at my Time Rift video. So yeah, this upgrade was basically forced. I had no choice but to do it. But I don't really regret it, you know? Devil's Axe, while it's not as good as Ragnarok, it's a solid weapon. And, you know, as a Lone Star Amulet, while it doesn't have any real use for me right now in general, when it comes to World Arena, and I re-roll the enchant on it, it will become, you know, one of the best SSR accessories for your melee attackers. Alright, so other than that change, for my party, there really hasn't been much. I've been now... Oh, in terms of upgrading heart bonds, this is actually very important. I realized that for the Eternal Temple, specifically for Phoenix, level 65, your 3 attackers, that is, you're going to bring 2 healers and 3 melee attackers against the Phoenix, right? And I realized that for your 3 melee attackers, they basically need max level soldiers as well as close to max level heart bond. And it's because of the debuffs that the Phoenix applies on your characters. So I actually managed, I was trying Phoenix level 65 on Sunday, and I failed it multiple times. The closest I came was knocking the Phoenix down to, I think, 100,000 hit points. But once it gets down to 100,000 hit points or so, one of my melee attackers will die. And once one of them dies, it's game over. I can't do enough damage to finish the fight anymore. So yeah, I realized that while my let-in, whose bonds have now been close to maxed out, it's still missing this bond, which I'm going to continue to upgrade, which I just did one upgrade of. Yeah, but while let-in was able to tank hits with 2 debuffs applied on him, 2 molten armor debuffs applied on him, my other characters like Elwyn and Leon could only take a hit when they had like 1 molten armor debuff. In fact, I think Leon couldn't even take a hit if he had 1. So clearly I need to upgrade Leon's heart bond a bit, as well as Elwyn's, before I can challenge the Phoenix 65. That battle really requires you to have a lot of hit points in order for your characters to survive the hits. So still stuck on Phoenix 65. I'm in the progression of leveling up my 3 attackers, which for me is Leon, let-in, and Elwyn. You know, other people may have different parties, but this is the one that I'm running anyways. What else is there to mention? Yeah, but basically that's been my main focus right now. Leveling up Leon, Elwyn, and let-in for Phoenix 65. In terms of actual equipment changes, I already mentioned it, which was Cherie. In terms of character changes, there really hasn't been much. I have not been focusing on my core party, as I've mentioned repeatedly. It's been a focus on leveling up my side characters, bringing them up, leveled up, you know, slowly leveling them up and getting them ready for Guild Wars so that I have an easier time doing that. Oh, in terms of, so that's basically about my characters. Next, in terms of the dragon farming results, well, let me bring that up right now. Just a moment. Here we are. So, last week's dragon farming. I haven't done that many dragon runs last week, and the primary reason for that is because I was trying to finish up my time rift and farm time rifts so I can upgrade heart bonds and so on. But nonetheless, I did do some. I actually didn't get any SSRs from my dragon runs though, really, right? Monday there was nothing. Tuesday, in 2 runs, I got a Monkey King's vest, which was my 3rd one. So I now have a level 40 Monkey King's vest, which is good because it's one of the best items for Zerida, for her armor. Wednesday, 17 runs, no SSRs. Thursday, 1 run, no SSR. Friday, 7 runs, no SSR. Saturday, 6 runs, no SSR. And then Sunday, 8 runs, still 0 SSRs. So in terms of actual dragon runs, I only got a single SSR from all that. However, surprisingly, I picked up a bunch from other things. For example, I got a last night from the world events. I got Cursed Lance, also from world event. And the Cursed Lance I didn't have before, so this was nice to pick up. This is Luna's best in slot weapon if she's in her Pegasus class. So once I get that to level 50, I have the final equipment set for Luna in her Pegasus class. So what's going to end up happening is I don't think I'm going to make Luna a bow knight at all. I'm just going to leave her as a Pegasus. Other than that, well, I did 3 weapon gambles and I picked up another Gift of Eternal Life, which let me have a level 50 Gift of Eternal Life, which is good actually because now Chris has her level 50 weapon. It was level 40 before. I picked up last night, which I just turned back into 100 ore. And then the Devil Axe was useful because, as I said, I leveled up my Devil Axe to level 50, right? So the second Devil Axe helped. So other than that, you know, there was also a Vampire Mask from the Swimsuit Summer Festival, as well as a Drop Near from the monthly SSR accessory. So this was garbage. Quite disappointing for the SSR for the month. I did also get an SSR last week accessory from the from the Timeless Trial. I honestly can't remember what it was, and I didn't put it into this dragon farming results, so apologies. But yeah, so those were my SSRs for last week. The main thing really is the Cursed Lens, which I was quite happy about, and the Gift of Eternal Life for the weapon gamble. So let's get back in game. Okay, so other than those, what's changed as well for me was, this was a big change, and it was that I have brought my masked maids to level 9. So at level 9, they're pretty much ready to go for, you know, for a lot of the battles, like Scylla. For Scylla 65, that's where you want your masked maids to be at, level 9. So I'm pretty much ready to challenge Scylla 65 at this point. Ledin and Elwyn are ready. I really don't know about Cherie. This is fingers crossed. I hope Cherie can handle it, but I truly don't know. If Cherie can't, I may have to come up with a different strategy. So we'll see. I'm going to have to use, you know, Elwyn, Cherie, and maybe Ledin. Ledin is not really the best for Scylla 65 because you no longer have a turn where you can have Ledin tank a hit. But, you know, in terms of replacements, I don't really have anyone else leveled up or with their bonds leveled up, right? So we'll see about that. Some people have recommended that I use Matthew, and the reason for Matthew would be that he can faction buff, he can attack command, which would give allies within 2 blocks plus 10% attacking intelligence. So it's like it stacks on top of the faction buff, which is huge. So, and you know, he also has an attack skill, Air Slash. So Matthew would be a choice. Another option actually is Angelina, because Angelina fits under the Meteor faction, and she has the Ram skill, Lightning, as well as attack command. So just like Matthew, she can attack command her allies, as well as have other attack skills. So Angelina is another decent choice for this battle. But for both of them, I would only have single class mastery, not double class mastery. So I really don't know how well that will work out. We'll see. Is there anything else to mention? Not really. I mean, Zerda, I'm slowly leveling up. Elwyn is on his way to 6 stars. It may be I have to wait until Elwyn is 6 stars before I can challenge, you know, Phoenix 65 and Scylla 65. But that only requires 50 more shards. So that would be, what, 12 days? Yeah. So in 2 weeks, I will have Elwyn at 6 stars. And yeah, that pretty much covers almost everything. Infantry training, that was the main change since last week. I also got this up to level 14, right? Because as I mentioned, once these techs level up to level 12, it switches to using SSR books. It still uses SR items here for these two, but it uses SSR books for leveling up to 13 and 14, which makes it very easy once you hit level 12 to bring these up to level 14. Which is why I have been ignoring these ones, leaving them at level 13, and doing these ones first. That way I can bring these up to level 14, then go back to level up these ones to level 15, and only after that will I start leveling up other, you know, units. Because I'm not using these other units. It's better to have the units that you use, like Mass Maids and Dark Guards, fully maxed out before leveling up units that you truly do not use. So Infantry Training Ground is nearing completion as far as using gold books and gold items goes. It's a different story for the SSR items. Lancer Training Ground, untouched, completely untouched. I just don't have yoga mats to level this up. I really want to, but yeah, yoga mats are going into other training grounds right now. There's other training grounds that are more important. In any case though, Phalanx is left at, it's still at level 9, and they've been perfect for everything that I've been fighting. Flyer training ground, well, I'm now starting to level up the Holy Pegasus slowly, because since I decided to leave Luna as a Pegasus class, I need to level up Holy Pegasus for her. But that's just starting, right? Because that's actually, in my opinion, a lower priority than finishing out my Angels. Angel-wise, right? Attack has just been maxed recently, so it's now at max level, giving plus 45 attack. This has been left as is because it uses crazy shorts and these brown essential oils, so I can't really touch it right now. But yeah, I mean, I can choose between leveling up the hit points on my Angels or leveling up Holy Pegasus right now. So, you know, it's kind of, I can do either one. I guess I will do a bit of Holy Pegasus. It's hard to say, to be honest, because until this effect is at 100%, which only becomes 100% at level 10, it's hard to use these Holy Pegasus. Because, you know, it's an effect of decreasing damage taken, but it only has a chance of activating. And until you have the Holy Pegasus at level 10, so it's a 100% chance of activating, this is always luck-based, which makes it a bit iffy to use. So, you know what? Maybe I'll level up these other ones instead. Yeah. Upgrading hit points and this stuff is probably more important for making more powerful Angels than it is using these Holy Pegasus, which would only really be used by Luna and no one else, right? So, yeah, I guess I'll focus on technologies first. Upgrade these techs, and only once these are upgraded will I go back to upgrading Holy Pegasus. So just like the infantry training ground then. And then in terms of the Holy training ground, I don't think anything's changed. Yeah. Nothing. And the reason for that is because I've actually changed my farming priorities from the energy gem every day. What I've been doing now is I've been doing flyers on Tuesday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Okay, Monday, Thursdays, I've been doing infantry. And then on Wednesday, Saturday, I've actually been doing cavalry instead of holy ground. The reason I've been doing cavalry is not because I want to level up my cavalry training ground, but because of the drops that Samson drops. I believe, I can't recall what specifically Samson drops now that I think of it. But it was the SSR items that I need more than I need from Nimes. So that is why my training grounds upgrades have kind of stalled, right? Lancer has not been touched, Holy has not been touched. Flyer is slowly getting upgraded, Infantry is getting slowly upgraded, and Cavalry is basically untouched because even though I have a lot of these books, 195 of them, I don't have any materials. Yoga mats is, ironically, yoga mats is really my limiting factor right now in terms of upgrades. And thus, you can see, this training ground has not been touched much as a result. Well, I might as well upgrade these techs though, since it's using the silver books instead. So yeah, that's my training ground. Not too much changes, but it's slowly getting to completion in terms of gold items. Is there anything else to mention? Not really. Bond-wise, as I said, you know, heart bonds are now focused on Leon, Ledin, and Elwyn. So I'm just gathering resources for those. You know, Liana is actually fairly upgraded now. Her heart bond is at level 7. I did that before realizing Phoenix was the priority, so I kind of regret this upgrade. But yeah, so that is Lana. And then Bozol was upgraded a while ago as well. Level 6 on his heart bond. Level 7 here. Bozol, upgrading these is actually quite important because it increases magic defense for both of these. And as we all know, increasing Bozol's magic defense increases his intelligence. So for PvP purposes, you'll really want to upgrade these characters to full. That's what I'm finding. That's after I do Elwyn, Ledin, and Leon, because I need to clear Eternal Temples first before I focus on PvP. Alright, so that's everything I wanted to say in this video. You know, if there's additional details that you guys are interested in, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to cover that kind of information in the video next week. Thanks for watching, everyone. On that note, Nitro out.